Hello everyone, I'm Jean Martin Lessard. I'm a PhD candidate at l'IRID, and I'm pleased to share with you today a brief summary of my most recent scientific publication that was published last August in the Journal of Environmental Science and Technology, which is entitled Tracking the Environmental Consequence of Circular Economy Over Space and Time, the Case of Closed-Loop and Open-Loop Recovery of Post-Consumer Glass. And one way to a more circular economy is the large-scale deployment of resource recovery systems. And these aims to reintegrate the remaining value from industrial byproduct or post-consumer waste into the economy. If we take the glass packaging example as shown here, there are several technology pathways that can be put forward in any given region. But all pathways bring new supplies of secondary materials to materials market that can be procured by domestic or foreign symbiotic industries. And these new supplies must compete with low-cost virgin materials, other recycled materials from various sources, and low disposal cost. So when designing such material circularity strategy, it's not obvious to decision makers how market will adjust over time and what are the implications on the environmental performance of the economic system. And so this was the objective of the paper, which aimed to further model these market-mediated environmental consequences over time. And to demonstrate the relevance of the modeling approach, we have investigated two pathways being currently considered in the province of Quebec to recycle glass waste. So the first decision aimed at improving closed-loop bottle-to-bottle resource recovery system, and the second one aimed at deploying micronization plants for the marketing of glass powder as a cementitious material. And to investigate these issues, we have developed a novel consequential life cycle assessment approach that is based on a circular economic optimization model. So in short, the model is capable of tracking the exchange of primary and secondary materials across an economic system of 7 symbiotic industries and 6 regions. So it allows us to assess the potential market effects over time in response to change in resource recovery system in any given region. And then we can characterize the marginal change into damage to human health, ecosystem diversity, resource availability, and climate change. And if you are interested in more detail about the model development, I invite you to read the paper as it is described in detail in it. And so in this study, the economic system was optimized for the two resource recovery system scenario in the province of Quebec, the closed and the open loop scenarios. And the market equilibrium are compared to a business as usual scenario. And so in that way, we can compare the environmental consequence of both resource recovery system at the market level. So here the negative value implies a reduction in the annual environmental burden of both alternative system compared to the business as usual scenario. So it means that the innovation in glass recovery technology is imperative to retain the value of post-consumer glass, but the paper goes in detail into how market will react in terms of material exchange, and it shows that it is widespread across the Eastern North America. In addition, beyond these indicators, the paper presents complementary results on various economic, biophysical, and commercial indicators. And in sum, the insights provided by our novel approach can help us to understand how industries and regions compete and influence each other's environmental impacts over time in a given circular economy roadmap. And given the importance of policymakers in driving the transition, it's paramount that they anticipate more efficiently how material markets and trade patterns are likely to respond to their decisions. And this information can help to coordinate across regions to maximize overall environmental benefits and overcome potential markets barriers to the transition to a more circular economy. Well, I hope this short summary has piqued your curiosity, and for more information, I invite you to read the policy analysis paper, and do not hesitate to contact me if you have any comments or questions. Cheers.